Now, I've made some crazy predictions over my time, but I still believe that Sean O'Malley is still overhyped, and here's why. Trippy gang, what's good? What it do? Welcome back to Trippy Speaks UFC. We are the champions of the MMA content creation world. The rest of the world is just contenders. Every like, every comment, and every subscriber gives me motivation daily to bring you guys the best MMA content on YouTube. Now, Sean O'Malley's name is hot in these streets nowadays, man. And look, he absolutely deserves it. He absolutely deserves it. The guy just put on a performance against Aljamain Sterling, and he won the title. I mean, how could his name not be hot in these streets? We already knew Sean O'Malley had superstar potential, but man, nobody really seen this coming. So what do I mean when I say that I still think the guy is overhyped? Well, mainly because, in my opinion, Aljamain Sterling choked in that fight. I know that it sounds weird, and I know that it sounds like I am taking credit away from Sean O'Malley, and I'm really not. I knew that Sean O'Malley, if it stayed on the feet for too long, he could eventually catch Aljamain Sterling the same way he's caught every single other opponent. I guess the main thing that I really kind of underrated is his power. The guy, and I don't know why, you guys, I know that is probably the most obvious, part of his game is his amazing power. But truth be told, man, I thought that, he was able just to knock out the tomato cans that he fought. Because, they're tomato cans. They leave themselves open, they're unskilled, and they're put in there to get knocked out, let's be honest. However, he's shown that he can knock out anybody. Especially what he did to Aljamain Sterling. He proved that he can knock out anybody. But if you watch the fight, it was just a weird performance. Aljamain Sterling did not shoot until the very end of the round. Both guys just danced around each other and threw pitter-patter kicks for 4 minutes into the round. It was strange to see from Aljamain Sterling, at least. I thought that Sterling would have went in there, been the bigger, stronger man, and gave O'Malley's wrestling, almost no respect. And he didn't. He went in there and he gave O'Malley a ton of respect. That being said, he got knocked out for it. He paid for it in that second round. It was a beautiful counter by Sean O'Malley, and it goes to show that his striking is elite and his power is elite. He can knock out anybody in the world, like I just said. And look, man, call me a hater all you want. I actually was rooting for Sean O'Malley to win this fight. Although I didn't really think that he was going to. I wanted him to win because I am not a fan of Aljamain Sterling by any means. I actually was kind of happy that he finally lost because I believe that his title reign was just built on flukes and that somebody was going to do it to him eventually. However, I didn't see it being Sean O'Malley. I really didn't. But where I really struggle to see with O'Malley is that can he keep this up, honestly? Because I see a really dangerous road for him coming up. Even if he does get his wish granted and he fights Chito Vera, I still think that's another hard fight for him. But considering the way that he lost last time against Chito Vera. Now, I was also on that bandwagon where I thought that it was a bit of a fluke the way that he lost. But Chito has power. Chito may be the one guy in the division that has equal or greater than power than Sean O'Malley. So, that's an interesting fight in itself. Now, can Chito win? Chito doesn't have a lot of activity. The guys that really worry me is guys like, honestly, Corey Sandhagen and Merab Dvalishvili, whatever the hell you pronounce his name. That guy gives O'Malley problems. Let's be honest here. He just destroyed the guy that a lot of people thought Sean O'Malley lost to, and was my pick as the best bantamweight in the world in Petr Yan, and Merab made it look like Yan never fought before a day in his life. If there is that chance, because Merab has shown to kind of have a glass jaw, has kind of shown to be a glass cannon, and that is another fight that I'll be rooting for O'Malley in, because I really can't stand Merab Dvalishvili. But let's be real here, man. If O'Malley can't knock him out, that is a tough night at the office. Corey Sandhagen is showing to be more boring, but also more well-rounded than ever. He has the striking to keep up with O'Malley, and it's looking like he's developing a solid ground game. He could really mix it up on Sean O'Malley. That is a tough fight for him. That is a war for him. And then you have Petr Yan rematch. Now, look, I know Yan is all the way behind the cut nowadays, and he's getting beat up. But let's be real. A lot of people thought that Yan won that fight, and I have no argument against the people who think that. because in my personal opinion, when I watched the fight live, I thought O'Malley won. And I still think he won. But however, I can clearly see where Jan fans think that Jan won. And I think that in a 5-round fight, which is what I thought Sean O'Malley should have done after the fight was concluded, when everybody thought he robbed Jan, I thought that they should have run it back with 5 rounds, because that would tell us who the better fighter is. But nope, that didn't happen, and he got pushed to a title shot. I mean, you know, I'm not shaming him for it, but I'm just saying that 5 rounds, I feel like it tells a different story, and I felt like had that fight would have gone on 2 more rounds, we probably would have been looking at Jan getting his hand raised more clearly, to be honest. And Cejudo, and then you got other guys. I mean, do I really need to go down the list? I think Cejudo is a very tough fight for him. So that is where I really struggle. I just don't know if O'Malley can keep it up with the best of the best at bantamweight. But hey, man, I can stand to be corrected. If O'Malley goes on a great title run, then more power to him. God bless him. It's been your boy Trippy Speaks, and I'm out, man.